What happened? Tupatie hata kama ni kutuguzia kiasi.
So apparently when I met Mwaniki, when I met Duke, we met while I was an intern, and we was at work with Citizen TV. All the time big up Citizen TV, nilitoka na husband, kama sikutoka na job.
Okay.
Yeah, so we met and I told him I'm in the rice business. And funny enough, he didn't tell me they own a rice farm. I'm a factory. So he was like, and where do you get your rice from? I told him, from where? And he was like, that's interesting. So after that, tukaka, I got pregnant, so I stopped selling the rice.
Karibu akutoe kwa sekta ya rice.
It's not a pregnancy. I don't think it's a pregnancy that got her out of the rice. There's a story behind it. It's also on YouTube. Amesema karibu sink and like an expert in rice. I came to save her.
Okay. Hapa kuna interesting story. Mtatuambia.
Yeah, so akanitoa kwa hilo shit. Yeah, so nikajua kumbe like after now getting married, so now I like became to Mwea, nikajua kumbe kuna actually the rice farm and also the industry that of the factory. Yeah, and I said why not? We now began. That is back 2020. So now I got into other rice business. Till date I integrate.
Wow. Hey, something interesting. So, leo ndo nimerealize that yeye ndo alikuwa kwa hiyo sector, yeye ndo alikuwa ndani kabisa. Then ndo ukaingia. Ulikuwa in it, but sasa yeye ni guru, tabidi yeye ni guru kwa hiyo sector.
Yeah,
Funnily, there's someone who saw his post back then. There's always so you post sometimes back ukiongea mambo na rice, and then at that time though you are ulikuwa newly married, and this person of course it's a mutual friend, so aliniuliza mrembo mgani ameingiza Frank kwa rice. So hata mimi nikaamini. So hata mimi kutumia siku ilikuwa sasa by the way Frank mrembo mgani ameingiza kwa rice. So nimekuwa ni the other way. Kuna mrembo ulipata na yeye ndo akakuingiza kwa rice.
Yeah. So I think for a very long time I've kept the part of being a rice farmer in my life, because for what I've been known when I was in campus and in politics, I was known as a pig farmer. And I remember selling some few pigs to campaign. My first election when I won is because I sold some pigs. So I hadn't discussed about rice that much, but I think rice came later on, because you see, for us when we grew up, our parents were like nini kama kuku, ikiwa vifaranga zikiwa kubwa na zifukuza zinaenda kuanzisha maisha yao. So see, for us we grew up learning that we need to do our own things. And as we get older, and also our parents realize they're also getting older, they realize that they need to involve us so that they can be continuity into the what maybe the family has been involved in. And for me, when I got that call that it's time for me to come and take it to the next level, I think I was ready, and that's when now I've been open to discuss about it. But I want to say that all what I've been through, the pig farming and also the media, has been a big part of my transformation to be ready for this role. Because I can tell you, even the politics, because coming into a family business is not easy. People think that it's only hard when you're starting from zero, but also when you're going into a business that is existing, and now maybe you're being given that platform to come and take it to the next level. There's a lot of things that you have to undergo, the change of culture, and all that. And then you see being vibrant, you are not like your parents who are old, so you always there, and all that. You can challenges zake pia, but yes, I'm now known as a big of Mwea, The name was given in Nairobi actually. That is not by myself. Big up to the guys in media. Waliniambia ni time ya kwenda kuwakilisha Mwea na nawakilisha vizuri sana. Thank you so much.
That's so amazing. So, what's the secret? You know, most of the time it's said that for a couple wakiwa kwa business moja, itaanguka very fast. Hii mambo ya kufanya job pamoja tuliachia Rashid Abdalla na Lulu Hassan. Wao tu wana succeed. But here you are and you're doing good. Actually nilisikia jina Baraka Mila somewhere. I went, sitawaambia wapi. Okay, mahali nilienda hata siku ana expect anatajwe wa hii region. But walisema no, we have to come to that region. Actually Baraka because okay, fine. I think I'm missing something. What's the secret? What's the secret to success? Because already EMU is a success too. What's the secret?
I would say because if I check the time I joined in that Baraka School, that is 2020, like each year I can say it's from sitasema class to hatukupatikwa class, but it's from grace to grace to grace. We've always we've grown each year and we do not take it for granted. Sisi tunasema ni God. It's only God. Yeah.
We God. Don't tell me God. So ni pesi ni pia mimi nifike hapo.
For me I would say is you have to sacrifice your ego. Family business most of them fail because of ego. So it's about dropping your ego. Like I've said, reached to a point our parents now reached out and say it's time for you guys to come and see to take it to the next level. So you first realize that it's the first generation that it's time for the second generation to see if they can chip in into whatever that you have reached. And then also when we come in a second generation, is to realize that now also you have to check into our ego, that because most of the families there's a lot of egos, and when you let ego come on board, the family business is going to fail. Yeah, so for us I think it's because we have got proper kind of leadership which has been there since our parents, how they have grown us. You see, when you look at it, even when it comes to employment, there's no better staff than a kid who has grown seeing the parents working hard. You know, because what happens is that it builds into their inner system to be able to kind of give good results. Yeah. So for us, we have grown now. For me, my brother and my sister, we have grown seeing our parents, and particularly for me as a second born. You know, you know what a second born, middle kid. I was among my troublemakers and all that. I grew up seeing the struggle of my parents, and especially when my mom resigned from work, you know, frustrations and all that. Those moments until today are the moments that you know, my head hitting me whenever I feel like I want to give up. You feel like you can't give up. You remember those moments and say myself, it's time for me to play the role that she did, you know, for our kids. So ego is something that we have really tried to avoid, yeah, for us to be successful in the family. Yeah. Watu watoe biashara kwa sitting room and all that, and it's business is business.
Yeah.
You know, there's a funny time I remember niko mpatia target anaanza kusema mimi siwezi pewa target. So I told her to go and talk to our parents, and she told that hata wao kuna targets na wamepewa, they have to reach the targets. Yeah, so you need to understand that the business has to be out of the sitting rooms. When it's boardroom, it's boardroom. You understand? And that's how you grow respect, and the ego is out of the way.
Na mbona mashinani, you know, sai to be honest, mtu akipanda nani hapo nje hata expect investing in mashinani. You know, mbona expert wa mashinani. Mtu akipata na hawajui ataangalia kwa zile za hii kapo lazima tu they have some business huko tao, huko ndo wako. But guys, mko hapa doing the rice business. So, kwa nini utaki kuchipu? You have the mic. Tunataka kujua kwa nini hiyo mrembo Kwani mrembo alichoose mashinani na si huko kwa hata
One, I've done production and broadcast magazine. And then shoot a point, open a job, so Waniki told me, no, back then to our story, and as you used to sell rice down, why don't you like now go venture into it? That's when I say, why don't I? Since I'm passionate about it, it's something that I'm passionate about it. Why don't I come to Mashinani? Who see Mashinani? It's town. Wait a minute. I said, let me come. And yeah, by the end of the day, I can't regret me coming from Nairobi to where and I can't regret. Yes, regret. And I said, if I go back to Nairobi, it's a no for me.
sahi naona watu wakipanda mchele. And I see hiyo method wanatumianga wakirudi nyuma wako ndani ya. Do you do that?
Yeah, I do. I did it.
So she's lying.
No, she did once.
I did
Oh,
it.
you tried.
No, I did.
She did it, but I'm the one I was like, no. You go back to the office.
I did it 2020 because ilikuwa time ya COVID. It's when now we relocated around March. You know March, right?
Yeah.
Around March, it's when we now came back. I came peke yangu with the kid. And then ilikuwa doing that harvesting season around June. I said, why not? When I see them from Chile, I remember going Nikonyeshwa how people do it, and I took a video and pictures and I posted on Facebook. Continue.
Yeah, for me, I was like, no. I brought you to be in the office, not in the farm. You know, what happens is that it's a good thing that she experienced it and all that. But you see, this like our strategy, we are working on an ecosystem. And for me, I would want you to be a master of one thing and not everything. You understand? And why maybe for me I wasn't for her going into the farm so much is because I would want her to be the master when it comes to aggregation. Because the biggest challenge we have with farmers and our rice is getting the market. You understand? And for me, I feel that is where the solution is needed more, because we have a lot of experts in farming. You know, for me, I didn't get to be a good expert when I came to planting, because you see, me and my brother, there was a lot of competitions and other people in the village. People would take like 10, like they would take 10 or do 2. And you can understand that these guys have been paid 10 times on what I'm going with. So I've always wanted to be different from other people. And I grew up knowing that me, if I can make this an industry, I can't make it when I'm planting. I have to make it like, where is this thing going? You understand? So my main focus was, where is it going? And that's why, like, maybe when you say that you didn't expect us to be mentioned, it's because we are doing it different. You know, for me, my main focus is on the aggregating and, you know, getting that market. That is where you're going to have a bigger impact into this industry, because you're going to understand the end consumer and the needs that they have. You know, because we get a lot of feedbacks, you know, that even we want one day to have experts from Mazao come to explain to people that this is why you have this challenge, this is why you don't have aroma, this is why maybe the rice has a lot of breakages and all that. Yeah, so when you look at us, is that we are trying to build an ecosystem. And in that ecosystem, we can be experts of everything. We can only be a good experts of a certain thing, and then maybe look for other players like at Mazao to work together and see how we can transform the lives of people in the world.
Sure. And ngoja kwanza, now that wewe umegrow huku.
Yeah.
Wewe ukiwa mdogo, ulikuwa unaenda kupanda na your parents?
Yeah, I used to go plant. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, planting didn't work for me. So what I used to do is, because you can't stay at home, nilikuwa nabeba hii mchele, watu wakitoka kwa nursery, unabeba unapelekea watu wapande. Because I've told you, unlike today whereby the technology has changed, people are planting with lines. You know, people are planting lines going back together. Kitambo ilikuwanga ni kimbudo. Kimbudo is you plant here, there. There's no arrangement as long as there's no good spacing. So with that spacing, you find out that the people will do about 10 sides of what you do. and they pay 10 times more. So for me, it didn't work out. I would do 1 or 2, and other people are doing 15, others 20. So I gave up, and because I'm not a lazy person, I began to carry the rice. The rice is usually transplanted. So I would take it from the nursery, take to those people who are doing the 15 and 20, and because of that, I would still make the same amount as them. Yeah, of course. Unajua, unaona watu wanabeba mikono mbili. Innovation has to start when you're young. So I would carry with karai, the big karai. See those karais you put the kid as in swimo when you were growing up. Yeah, naekela kwa kichwa hapa, nashikilia, napeleka. Yeah, and I would get more money than what I would have done when I was planting. Yeah, so I've been involved in that process. I've even been involved when the rice used to be cut during the harvesting. Then it has to stay overnight. So that now in the next day, you have to look for a stone, a big stone, put it over chandarua, and then now you have to beat the rice against the stone. That was the way that I have grown up in when I was growing up. And that rice has to be, checked during the night. Like there must be someone watching it. So that there will be no, you won't wake up in the morning and someone has moved away with your rice. So I slept out in the maeka when I was in primary. Yeah, I did. Ningia ndani ya gunia hapo. I would stay with my uncles. Yeah, unalala ndani ya gunia unasema.
Unaiba kuzeza uishi.
So some of us our foundation of being aggressive has not been easy, and that's why we don't give up. Yeah.
If you met him earlier, mshajua. But wait, when you had to agree somewhere, you still like he practices child abuse and child rape. Don't you think so?
I was in Baricho High, and I remember being from where it used to be like a mockery, and I don't think it would be right now, because where, if you ask anyone in government, the 2 top regions with money right now is Makutano in Meru and Mwea. That is rural urban areas, the rural areas. So when people didn't see what when the process of the transformation was happening, we were just a mockery. Being mocked of how we have got prados. You know what are the prados they were referring to when we were in high school? The donkeys. So the principal would make talks sometimes on the parade and say, nyinyi watu wa Mwea mko na maprado huko, which is referring to the donkeys. So I think no one right now can make those jokes about Mwea. And I look at the people that we were in high school together with. Most of them, they lack words because they can't believe the transformation, not just in Mwea, but also the people who we came from Mwea. You understand? So sometimes it's a process, for a place to be developed and what it is. And this, when you look in Mwea, I think it's more like private development that has been done. But even your chairman, Mazao, for me, I was young, I would see his shop, I could see nice people like right now that I'm getting a chance to meet. When I was young, I never dreamt that I would maybe be in the same room with such kind of big men. Understand? So it's been an enjoyable journey. Despite all those challenges that she may not have known about, I've enjoyed. Amekuja kula matunda, lakini najua vijana wetu, vijana zetu, no, our kids have also to understand it's not been easy because we lose our business in that generation because we find that the kids have not had a hard, your life hard. Wamekuwa na soft life. So she needs to understand why sometimes I'm hard with my kids.
Lakini hawatalala kwa maika.
Of course, the technology has changed. Technology may change.
Now talking of technology, naona watu wameanza kuintroduce. Inaitwa nini? There's this machine they're using kupanda. What do you say? Ukicompare that na ile yenye tumezoea kupanda the manual.
Don't take that on my back.
Anasema yeye anakuja kwa marketing. I think it's going to have the same challenges we had when the harvesters came. Because when the harvesters came, there was no goodwill from the people. But right now there's a lot of goodwill. And this is the big difference about it. So when we harvest, for me, my parents, because my dad was still employed. So what would happen is that you find during the holiday, because that's December, that's the time we used to harvest most of the time. So we have close to school. You find like a young guy like me, I'm in charge of like 30 people harvesting. You know, and in 4 acres you do 2 days. To harvest 2 days. You know, that's a lot of work. A lot of work in terms of like, I remember some people wangefunika mchele na hizo the tray of rice kukuibia. Lazima ungekuwa hard sana. Like if you are not careful, you could like 3 or 4 bags would have been done with the people. Now when you compare with the machines when the harvesters came, the harvesters for 4 acres you take 2 hours. You can imagine that big difference from harvesting 4 days, I mean 4 acres in 2 days, to doing it in 2 hours. So even with this one for the planting, I think people may be ish about it, but there are always those people who take the risk. But now the biggest challenge we may have with that machine maybe the land preparation, because some of the people, they are outgrowers. Our land is not that, I would say it's flat. Sometimes it's not that well organized, whereby that may work for planting. So it may work in the areas like the scheme where the National Irrigation Authority is in charge. But for the outgrowers, it might take a bit of time because of the leveling of the land is not that,
Sometimes I find myself there. But now I've joined, by the way. Nimejoin, but TikTok.
Umejikuta?
Nimejikuta huko.
Amekuambukiza. If Frank won a lottery, what the first thing he would buy?
Right now.
Sahi. I mean lottery. Nadhani atabai nini ya kwanza?
Huyu ni mashini ya kusiaga mchele. Machine. Hiyo ingine ni put down, go down. Yeah.
Kwake.
Huyo ni Subaru tu. Subaru tu. Anapenda hiyo machine. Sana.
Na ni nini Eve anaogopa sana?
You fear anything?
Marriage breaking up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, tunaweza chukua break sasa. I guess hiyo imetupeleka break. So to our viewers, continue staying tuned. Tukisikiza hii Power Couple. Unasikia they have interesting story. And just to remind you, on 2nd, 3rd and 4th of October.
It's in a better form for cooking,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And kwa market ni mbaya. Of course kila mtu analia. So hii market ni mbaya. And you being aggregators wa rice, mnasaidia farmers aje especially kupata fair prices. Wasiumie. How do you go about it? What are you kusema?
For us, what we have done is that we have invested a lot in the social media, and this is because now you try to find that you are selling direct to the customers. You understand? Because now most of them nowadays are also booking online, but also has a risk into it, because you find that there are customers who say that they've been trying to buy from where and they've been conned, because anyone can post on social media and say that I'm selling rice.
Yeah, sure.
But you pay and there's no rice. You understand? And then now you see on the other end also there are customers who call Mwea and say they want, and especially these farmers have to be very careful. A customer will come and say, I want 1 truck. And there's a farmer, you are very excited. You even dispatch the truck and all that, only to find out the payment in the bank, it's all check that is going to bounce. You understand? So for us to be able to give good customers, good price, to get a good price for the farmers, we have invested in social media a lot, trying to reach to the final consumer, trying to break in between in between a lot of people in that chain, but also it's also to protect the farmers. I think a lot of the market is there. It's just that also farmer needs to be protected because we have had a lot of cases of people being conned both ways. Even last year, but one, we had a guy who was conned about 300,000. Because this is one of the reasons why we have to put our face as the people behind Baraka. Is because we have come to realize some people want to use that image and our logo and to say they're people behind Baraka. You know, I saw a video of Obina saying sometimes try to keep mambo ya familia in social media. It's true. But now some of us in business that are affecting the mass, you have no choice but to put your face that I'm the face behind. Because like you see for this person, they had worked on him for 3 months. Someone comes, becomes a friend for 3 months, says that I have got connection with a company like Baraka. They can supply you rice. And he gets into the box. He's about to buy a payment of 300K. Only for the rice, there was no delivery. So when he went online to check the number that is the official number of Baraka Rice Millers and calls us, we are like, we are not aware of such an order. You understand? So this marketing has also now made us now that we have to put our face out there because like I've said, there is a lot of dishonesty in this industry. Another way we have also been helping the farmers is on the payment terms. Some people, unfortunately, here they may hold the money for the farmers for months. Otherwise, we try to see how soon can we pay them, because it's a machine. So the faster you pay the farmer, the more the farmer is going to, continue also being able to operate and get bigger and bigger and bigger. Sure. You understand? Yeah.
Oh, and now the Pishori ambassadors. We have a testimonial here. Kuna customer wenu amesema acha ongei mtoke. No, kwani testimony huwa inangojewa? Siwe ni fama. Sini usiku. Aya, ongelelea huko. Kwenye kamera haikuoni, kuja. Tunataka kusikia. Hebu ulikuwa umefurahi.
Umemshtua.
Sijui mbona una nini. Testimony. Imagine hata uko sawa kwa kamera. The testimony. Umesema umekuwa customer wa Baraka.
Mimi nimekuwa customer wa Baraka. Kunakuwa na mama mzuri hapo ananiuzianga vizuri. And let me say that since I came to Mwea, it has been a hassle for me getting a perfect rice to cook. Actually, it got into a point that I would come with rice from Nairobi. Yeah, I buy from a supermarket, I come with it here. But one day I went to the market and one of the mama who serves me there akaniambia, okay, I was looking for a rice because your time I needed to eat rice na sikuwa nayo na nimezoea kutoka nayo Nairobi. So that mama told me you can just go and try the Baraka because nimwambia mimi rice has disappointed me ya Mwea. Like totally I was like, yani we get rice from Mwea. How comes I'm in Mwea, napika, inashikana, and when I cook, when I'm not, as in when I buy it from another place, haishikani. So when I got there at Baraka, sijawai hama. That has been my...
Sasa mnasema nyinyi ambassadors wa Pishori. Sasa si kuna ambassador wa Baraka. Kuna ambassador wa Baraka.
Yeah, thank you so much for that feedback. I really appreciate.
Naambia jina Baraka huko nje ni kubwa than even guys.
Yeah, for me I was shocked when I was trying to look for a customer in Nairobi and she's in catering. So there's this catering company that does a lot of catering and I got a chance to have an appointment with the owner. So when I go to the owner and I was like, I'm here, I want to see if I can be supplying you rice. And then she was straight to the point. I cannot be supplied by two people. Yeah, I'm like, oh, who are those two people? I would want to know who they are. So the first one is someone I used to work with and she's from Mwea. So she does the supply for me. The second one is a company, and in fact, it was a business. Is in Mwea, and she was supposed to do catering for one of the wedding, and the condition was, most of the catering don't like to be told where to get the supply. The condition for this wedding was like, you have to get rice from Mwea, from these specific people. So I was like, who is this specific people? That is Baraka Rice Millers. I'm like, I'm here as Baraka Rice Millers. And the most interesting thing is, I don't think I'm sure. I have to call the number that I have for Baraka and confirm if it's true. So she called the number, and she was like, I'm here with a guy claiming that he's Baraka Rice Millers. So the number that picked, Akamuliza, that is one of our directors, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that we have got such a good name out there.
You have a good
And that's
name,
why I think we work every day to make sure that we maintain it, and farmers have accepted, the condition that we have set for them. But also we want to continue improving. I know with Mazao and how you guys have been working so much on making the farmers have got the inputs and all that. We look forward even to have some of the things that we can work together, because I think the future is also seen from the start in the inputs. What is needed, you understand?
First, but together.
Yeah,